Everyone, welcome back to another stream. I hope you're all doing good. So today we're going to do a bit more Phantasy Star Zero. We haven't played it for a few weeks, so that'd be nice to come back to this again. Just before I do make an online game, though, I do just need to sort something in my storage quickly, and then we'll get started. So thankfully, before the stream, I did actually manage to clear some stuff out of my giant storage, so I can actually deposit things now, which is nice. Hi Scorpio, good to see you. Also, let me know if there's any kind of audio issues as well, because for some reason, I don't know if it's since the last Windows update or something, a lot of my audio levels seem to have gone all over the place. So yeah, just let me know if anything does need changing. Hi Adrian, good to see you. Do I really need 2 Deimos armors? Probably not. Sounds pretty clear to you. Oh, good to hear. Yeah, there's one thing you can guarantee, it's that whenever either OBS updates or if there's a Windows update, you can guarantee it'll break something. Yeah, I should probably just deposit some of these units of all the ones I'm not using. Yeah, it gives me a bit more space to work with. I do wish this game had a slightly bigger storage. It is a bit rough at times, but... yeah, hope you guys have all had a good weekend anyway. Yeah, apologies for no Wednesday stream as well. Basically, the work that was getting done in the house was more or less finishing by the Wednesday, but I had to get everything set back up again. So Chrono Trigger should pick up again next Wednesday. Well, this Wednesday coming. I will say that we are kind of in the middle of a heat wave for the UK at the minute, so it is incredibly warm. So I don't know how long the stream will be. We'll see. Hi, Kiryu Maya. So I've got no idea if anyone's around for the multiplayer on this today. If we do struggle to get parties or anything for it, I'll probably just switch over to PSOBB, but we'll see how it goes. Yeah, it was just a case, Scorpio, of the work had finished, but I'd had to like cover all my PC and everything, and some stuff needed setting back up again, which is probably partially why there's some audio issues as well. So yeah, it's all sorted now though, so we're good. So if you do want to play on multiplayer for this, you should be able to see my friend code on screen. Providing you either have that friend code and I have yours, or providing you have the friend code of someone in the game, you should be able to join. I realise it takes a few minutes for people to get in, so I'm happy to sort of leave it for a few minutes for people to sign up. So I will make a party. So I'll just leave this open for a few minutes, and if anyone wants in, feel free. I should say we don't have to do super hard as well, I can do anything. Yeah, now the work's done, I'm hoping that things are back to normal, so I don't see a reason that there won't be a Wednesday stream. So Chrono Trigger should be on as normal on Wednesday. Also, I am working on a new YouTube video as well, which will be the next in the series of the PSO videos covering how to hunt some of the HUnewearl. I realize I haven't done one for a little bit, so I'm working on that for the next video. Yeah, progress probably won't be very quick on it at the minute, just because I really don't like the idea of rendering a video when it's red hot. It's already bad enough sitting next to the PC when it's like a microwave oven. Yeah, also, I've been thinking of other games to play either once we finish Chrono Trigger or other things we can work into the weekend streams as well. I know we tend to stick to Phantasy Star on a weekend. I know there are some Phantasy Star games we haven't played yet. I'm just trying to figure out if they're a better fit for the Sunday stream or a better fit for the Wednesday stream, because most of them are single player. So it's things like Phantasy Star Nova. I don't even know if that has multiplayer. And also some of the text adventures for the early games as well. I kind of feel like the text adventures would fit more on like the Wednesday streams, but I'll figure something out. Yeah, so I'll leave it another couple of minutes and we'll see. If it's this hot now, then how hot will it be when summer gets in properly? Probably about this hot at most. It's just unnaturally warm at the minute for me. I think it's only for a few days and then it cools off to like normal temperatures, so... I mean, I say heat wave, a lot of people probably laugh at it if they're living somewhere hot, but for the UK, it's hot. So yeah, if we don't get someone soon, I can maybe do some solo runs until someone comes in. And if there's no one around at all, we can all switch over. Hey miss, good to see you. Well, thank you for the membership card draw, much appreciated. I know it doesn't pop up on the screen. Blame Twitch and YouTube not liking showing each other's notifications, but yeah, thankfully Restream lets me know when people have membership, so thank you for that. Americans always laugh at how bothered we get by the heat. It's a different heat. It's that horrible heat where like all your clothes stick to you and it's disgusting and horrible. Well, what I might do is, because it looks like there's no one around yet, I might do maybe 1 or 2 solo runs. We'll see if anyone shows up, and then if there's no one after that, I might switch over to PSOBB. So, we'll see. If anyone does pop in chat and does want to play multiplayer, just let me know and I can set a lobby up again. But yeah, it's that kind of heat where you get a cool shower, you feel great, and then about 5 minutes later, you're just uncomfortably warm again. It's really not nice. Alright, so what can I do without embarrassing myself? Oh yeah, I don't have super hard in single player because I haven't done tower. That's fine. I also actually have these quests in single player. I probably should do at some point. Yeah, that's what I need to do. I need to do the Eternal Tower. I mean, I really don't feel like doing Eternal Tower single player, to be honest. Unless there's some free field, it's fine. Looking at how my house is situated, I can open the front and back windows and I'll kill breeze blow all the way through, so long as there's a breeze. Yeah, so in here I've got like a window just behind me there, and over that side there is a skylight in the next room, so I can open the door and have like the breeze blow through that way, but there's not really a breeze today. So at the minute I've basically got like a fan on one side of my room. I've got another little fan next to me as well. If you can hear that on the mic, I'm sorry, it's not moving. Alright, let's bring some NPCs. Actually, a while since I played single player 0. But again, though, if anyone does show up and does want to play multiplayer, just let me know in chat and I can make a multiplayer lobby. Right, let's go with my massive sword, that helps. Yeah, I'm hoping the heatwave doesn't last too long. I think it's due to peak tomorrow. I think tomorrow's meant to be about 30 degrees, which is going to suck. And then I think after that it kind of drops down a bit, so hopefully it gets a bit more comfortable. Can you stop bouncing? Thank you. So yeah, I did kind of originally plan to play some NGS yesterday. But I mentioned this in the community post, but the recent update for NGS, there's a new limited time quest, which it's fine, but it's basically like a rerun of a previous one with a couple of spawns changed, and I've ran it for a couple of years and I'm kind of done with it. But the other reason is because the current urgent quest that's on in NGS is the Malignant Davfol's Vile quest, and I hate that fight. Like, it makes me unreasonably mad. So that's why we're not doing NGS today. Yeah, I think the next NGS headlines, it might be, I think it's next week. So I'm hoping to see something good for it. I'm pretty sure they're going to show off the Nibirius stuff for Nibirius Ruins. But interestingly, they're saying that for the next headline, it's going to show, I think, June, and then they're also going to show a couple of other months, which is kind of unusual. Normally, they only show like the next month of content. So there must be something else they want to show. So I'll watch it. I've got no idea where the map goes, so we'll just wander around aimlessly. The weather thing on desktop is saying temperatures are supposed to plummet on Wednesday. I'll be honest, I won't be terribly broken up if this turns out to be all we see of the summer weather. Yeah, I've got to be honest, I would much rather it be freezing cold. I'm not built for this weather. Don't get me wrong, like seeing the sunshine is nice and is a rarity in the UK, but not so much the heat that comes with it. Slightly annoying thing is in single player is when you're looking at your detailed map, you can't see what the items are. You have to go back and then you can see what the items are. Yeah, I think next Sunday stream we're probably going to do PSOBB next Sunday because it'll be Rare Drop Week. There has been some insane finds on the Affinia Discord recently. There was one dude who found a 90-hit Vijaya from a box, which is just huge. There was some others as well. There was a couple of 100-hit items that dropped for people as well. I know someone got 100-hit Guilty Light, which is hilarious. I think was the other one, was it 100-hit Caliber someone found, I think, that they're going to, I'm assuming, turn into a Dark Flow. I mean, that is just money. I don't know how these people find these kind of drops. I did see that someone on my Discord, I think Disaster, they got a Sealed JSOD drop recently, so big congrats on that as well. So I don't know how I've got to level 87 in this game. It just seems to have happened out of nowhere. I feel like I never play it. Tried to get a drop scanner to work, but I kept telling you they're missing files. The one for PSOBB, I think... I'm sure I got it. I think there's a section on the Affinia wiki that has add-ons, and I'm sure there's a link on there. I'm sure there was a link on there to... like a download on GitHub, I think it was. Hey, Drac, good to see you. Controller not working, 1 minute, no worries. Just let me know when you're ready and I'll make a multiplayer lobby. Also, we've got Arena, apparently. Yeah, I hope we can get the drop scanner working anywhere, because It is really useful. Oh yeah, so one of these is a buff boy, so I need to be careful of that. Alright, where's the buff one? Is it you? No. Oh, huge damage. Oh, this is the buff one, okay. Got a link from the Affinity forums, got the base thing to work, but the add-on was apparently missing half a dozen files. Huh. Might be worth asking on the Affinity Discord if you're on there. Because obviously a lot of people use it. I know for me, I just downloaded it from the GitHub repository and it seemed to work fine. Oh, 1002 experience, nice. Hi Zale, good to see you. Of course it's full of these guys that spin. I'm assuming it just picks enemies from the area that you're in. Nice double kill. Revi, you could try and dodge. Try that. Would definitely like to get it working so I don't miss nutty drops. It's really good. It's really useful, honestly, for some quests where you split up. It's really, really nice. So I'm thinking of quests like Lost Hell Palace where you go on like 2 separate routes. It's really nice for that because then you can still see if something drops on the other side. Well, pretty cool to see an arena. One of the things I like to keep up with the people using it. Often a room or two behind you checking drops. I've also thought this room is very weird in this area. You just got this room here with no enemies. Maybe something can spawn there, but... yeah, hopefully you can get your controls sorted, Drac. I say, once I've done this, I can set up a new lobby if you want. I was forgetting in single player that I can't do super hard because I haven't done tower. I hate how super hard is connected to tower. Well, it's connected to completing all the quests, isn't it? But tower is one of them. Hey, Brian, good to see you. Demon Hydrators, I need some water too. I'll be right there in a sec. Yeah, I will admit I am drinking just water today as well. Stream rewind. Yeah, I think they added that, I think, not so long back on Twitch. So I think you can rewind the stream now. I've never tried it myself, but I'm assuming that's what it lets you do. Yeah, it's quite a new feature, I think. Like last year or so. I mean, it's about time, really. You know, it's surprising it's taken that long for them to add it. But yeah, it is very much a day of drinking water today. A lot of it. Yeah, they keep adding new things to Twitch now, I just forget to use them. So I know they added a thing not so long back where I think there's like promotions you can run on your channel or something on the Twitch side. Where I think it's like for a limited time you can like offer discount subs. So I might do that next time we play PSOBB or something. I keep forgetting it's a thing on Twitch. Okay, he just died of cringe, I guess. That's fine. Alright, where is this map going? I'll try this way. Yeah, I realise there hasn't been a whole lot of PSOBB on the channel recently. Like, I know it's only every few weeks. It's kind of a bit of a downtime for PSO at the minute because we're kind of between events. So Easter's all done. We're kind of waiting for anniversary now. So I'm just trying to play during the most profitable times now. So like during the Red Drop week, I play a bit during the Experience week to level up the low characters, but that's about it at the minute. I haven't really played a whole lot recently, but probably during anniversary I'll start grinding on it again. Okay, thank you for not moving. Yeah, so recently I have been trying to expand my collection of retro games a bit. For those of you who was on my Discord, I managed to add a copy of Mega Drive Streets of Rage 2 recently, which I'm very happy with. I am still trying to get more Phantasy Star games as well. I want a nice copy of this, because I don't have a good copy of it. I've checked a few shops and I have not been able to find it, so that might be an eBay job to get that. I'm still trying to find a good copy of Phantasy Star 4 PAL version. Ideally without spending like £200 or £300, but that's not going to happen. So I'm not really sure what to do about the PAL version, because as much as I really want a copy of the PAL version of Phantasy Star 4, it's a hell of a lot of money to pay for it. And I can just play it on the Switch. Or on my PC. I wouldn't really gain anything by playing it on the Mega Drive necessarily. But I also know it's not going to go down in price. Discovered a Finia Classic mode and I'm really enjoying it and reigniting my love for PSO GameCube. Oh, nice one, Akuma. Yeah, GameCube is probably my favourite version overall. I don't know if I could commit to a Classic mode character on Blue Burst. But I respect people that do. Understandable, paid triple digits for Phantasy Star 1 and 4. Yeah, I've seen a couple of copies of 1 for like just under 100, maybe somewhere around 80 or so. Because I do need to get... Well, I need to get pretty much all of them in PAL. So I've got 2, 3, and 4 in Japanese. So ideally, I need 1 in Japanese and then 1, 2, 3, and 4 in English. One thing I didn't realise until recently is that there is actually a Mega Drive version of Phantasy Star 1. I don't know if it was just Japanese or not. They do have PAL versions, yeah. They have completely different covers, which is kind of why I want them. I'm not saying they're good covers, but they are different covers. 4 is very, very rare though in PAL. The cheapest I've seen it on eBay so far is about £200, and that didn't have the manual. For one that had the manual, it's over 300. Is it true that Red Ring never dropped on GameCube? It didn't, neither did Parasitic Gene Flow. They were in the game data, but the drops were just never enabled for some reason. The minigame on Mega Drive back then, but don't remember ever seeing them. I have a suspicion that they maybe weren't sold in big numbers. But yeah, they do exist. Hi, Nimu. Yeah, I can't remember the exact reason why Red Ring and PGF didn't drop. I've heard loads of, theories as to why. But I don't know what the actual reason is. I've heard theories like that they made a mistake with the drop rate and put it as like 0 out of 1 to 8 or something. But I don't know how much truth that actually holds. It was kind of a rumor that went around at the time, so... Squidward time. Yeah, I don't think it ever dropped on the Japanese version of GameCube either. I think the only thing I'm not sure on is whether it ever dropped on Japanese Blue Burst. I know it didn't for a long time, but they may have possibly added it in the later stages of the game. But I'm not sure on that because I didn't play the Japanese server for Blue Burst. You were not aware the Red Ring was unavailable? Yeah, it never dropped. I mean, a lot of people had it. A lot of people had Red Ring. A lot of people had Dark Flow. None of them were legit. That was more a GameCube thing where, like, there was so much dupe and like, action replay and everything, but you could use whatever you wanted to use. It doesn't mean it was available in the game, but you could still use it. Yeah, I'm not sure for Blue Burst. I know on the global servers, if you like, so everything outside of Japan. I know it never dropped on that on the Sega server. Blue Burst could be, it was updated later. Yeah. That's kind of what I've heard for the Japanese version, maybe like the later stages of the Japanese game that got added. But I'm not 100% sure, because like I said, I never played the Japanese version of it. Hi, Ghost Raccoon. Tekka hates me, he's evil. Yeah, that's like typical Tekka. You can play it. My controller is still messed up, but I can do it. Okay. Yeah, I will make a game in a sec then. Yeah, the checker in PSO can be a nightmare sometimes. Wasn't Darkflow impossible to get on official servers because Parasitic Gene Floor didn't drop? Yeah. So I guess it was like, technically, it wasn't that Darkflow didn't drop, it was just that you couldn't get the item used to make it. So Dark Meteor and Dark Bridge weren't available either. Again, I don't know why. Tech is not as bad as Doo-Doo. Yeah. Doo-Doo, there is a special place in hell for Doo-Doo. Alright, I will make another multiplayer lobby. Again, if anyone does want in, my friend code is just on screen. Still love PSO 1 and 2 on GameCube. Yeah, like I said, the GameCube version's always been my favourite, but I think that's just where I started. This is taking a long time to connect. And there is a place in heaven for whoever came up with the cockatrice enemy in PSO 2. Are you okay, PS0? I mean, you're working fine, like, 20 minutes ago. Okay, that took far too long. I don't know why that took so long. The enemies in Ep 5 PSO2 are cool if you played Phantasy Star 1. Yeah, I have very mixed opinions of Episode 5. I like what they were going for with it. I just think there was a lot of issues I had with the game. Like, for me, things like the Buster Quest just I never found them fun. It's taken a while for you as well, Zell. Okay, I wonder if these servers having a bit of a wobble. Well, I will try and make a party. Right there, party is up. Hopefully people can join. If there are server problems for the online on this, then we'll switch over to PSO. Yeah, for me it just took a while to load for some reason. Nope, Zell's in. Cool. Yeah, I don't know why it took so long to load. F5 only had one good thing going for it, and that was my favourite class hero. Aside from the problem of when hero launched, it just rendered every other class obsolete. And just everyone played hero. I know it got balanced after a while, but yeah, I remember when a hero first launched. So does anyone else want in? If not, I can start. I like what they were going for with Ep 5. I like that it was like a throwback to the first Phantasy Star. That was pretty cool. But yeah, it just wasn't my favourite point in episode in PSO2 though, for sure. In fact, I think Ep 5, I think, is when I quit playing for a while, and then went back to it. It just didn't click with me at all. I was a Tekka Phantom main, so Ep 5 did literally nothing for me. I think we're going with 3, I think. It wouldn't be 0 if we didn't do this. I love the Final Fantasy 0 one. It gave us the Atlas Atra weapons. Those were nice. Oh, the Game Stars a copy 0. Nice. The only Phantasy Star I've managed to get. So I do have like a local retro game store, which is really good. They're the guys who managed to order in Streets of Rage 2 for me. I also picked up a copy of Sonic 2 while I was there as well. They're really good. I've seen Phantasy Star Nova in there once, and I didn't buy it. I think the price was too much. But I did get my copy of PSO version 2 from there. There was once an MMO called Fantasy Earth Zero. Yeah, that kind of rings a bell. That, yeah, I recognize that name. Alright, I've got no idea what we're doing. Alright, remind me again, Drac, what's better for rare drops? You know I will ask you this every single time we play Zero. Free field for rare drops, okay. You know I'm going to ask it next time we play as well. Alright, let's do Shrine for SGS or a Psycho London Tower. I mean, yeah, we need to do Squidward first, surely. Yeah, we'll do Squidward first. I have no idea what we're doing, pretty much sums up all of PS0. Those are really cool looking guns. It's an awesome sword. I don't mind it. I think it's a bit extra, I think, the design. Check how far I'm shooting from with Max. Yeah, okay, they're pretty long range. It's basically has 9k, nice. Yeah, this sword is called Einsreif or Ainsreif. I don't know how you pronounce it. In modern PSO, all you have to do is stand around, look pretty in the lobby. That's all you think to do. I mean, the fashion side is very much a big thing in the later games, for sure. Although I would agree, there are some people who do just stand in the lobby all day. Yeah, that was the same in PSO2 as well. Yeah, people who just stood in the lobby for hours. I don't know if they actually ever did anything. Unfortunately, I think that was kind of a thing that PSO2 brought in, where a lot of people would just kind of idle in the lobby and wait for an urgent quest. And they'd do the urgent quest when it was announced, and then go back to idling again. I'll be honest, I've never been a huge fan of how like the urgent quest system works. I don't like that I could be in the middle of doing something and then an urgent quest gets announced, so you know in 15 minutes you've got to go and do the urgent quest. It just kind of breaks the flow, I think. Hi Pika, good to see you. Pika, if you want in at any point, just let me know. We can always remake after this if you want. Even in PSO1 there are folks who just stay in the lobby all day. Oh yes. This aura farming. Oh, that frog did not care. What broke my flow was making a level 1 character and 5 minutes into my first quest, False Angel spawned. Don't get me wrong, I mean, I like the element of PSO2 where, you know, you're running through an area and then like a random boss shows up or something, or a random trial starts. I like that because it makes the runs feel a little bit, you know, it gives an element of randomness to them so they don't all feel the same. But yeah, it is funny though if you're running through very, very low level and then get faults just show up out of nowhere. No one said he plays fair though. Finishes Neo trial. Okay, who is it this time? Luther theme starts. Exactly. Oh, we got... Is that a rare fat boy? Well, a boosted fat boy, actually. Oh my god. Yeah, that nearly one-shot me. I was on just under full health. Okay, be careful of the fat bird. It is very scary. He did not appreciate being called a fat boy. I mean, even the normal one does a ton of damage. I'm very scared of this guy. He doesn't attack, he just falls on you. Rare Monster Week confirmed, yeah. So I guess, you know, when a Fania has a rare monster boost, it applies in other games. Oh, he was a lot of experience. Was it 4,000 experience? You burn ticks for doing 1,000 damage. I got a Divine PP. Thank you very much. I got 2 of them. Everyone got Divine PP. Less said about that, the better. It applies to other games and to mines. What do you mean getting a mines quest whenever there's a rare monster week on? Is there actually a mines quest on rare monster week this week? It sucks. God TP vibes. Nice. There is a mines quest, okay. It's always the case. Every time there's a rare monster week, you'll always get mines or ruins. Well, at least we got to see not only a rare monster, but a rare boosted monster. Yeah, Miss. Normally I post on the Discord when the RBR updates, but I forgot to do it today. It's every single time. It really is. Oh, level up. 88. Yeah, last week's RBR was really good. You know, it's like drop all rate week with Phantasmal World 1. Yeah, that was really nice. It was actually a great week last week if you wanted to hunt, well, SGS obviously, but if you wanted to hunt Disco Bremen with hit as well. Because if you run Phantasmal World 1 on Whitehill, the quest has something stupid like 100 Gs or something. It might even be more than that. And they all drop Disco Bremen. Yeah, I've got no idea what the RBR is this week. Hopefully a caves quest with lots of slime so I can hunt Lavis. Although no, it isn't because you said it was mines, so rip. Maybe next week. No doubt we'll get a really, really good rare monster hunting quest when it's experience week. That seems to be how it works. It's mop up 3. Honestly, cannot remember if mop up 3 is good for anything. Probably not a rare monster week though. It's mines, penumbral 3 and moral limits 5. What's penumbral 3? Is penumbral 3 CCA? I mean, I suppose you're still getting a rare drop boost from it being an RBR. Number 3 is Seaside, Jungle and Mountain, okay. War limits 5, I'm pretty much assuming is desert. So I guess maybe you could get some rare monsters out of War limits 5. But that is like the only option for that week. That's it. I mean, at least you are getting the other RBR boosts on the quests. So even though you're not getting a benefit from rare monsters, you're at least getting something out of it. War limits 5 was last week. Is it possible for an RBR quest to roll over like that? To be the same quest twice in a row? I mean, that sucks if that's the case. It does each quest once and then resets, so I guess it's possible. So maybe we've just got to the end of the list for Ep 4 and it's reset. I mean, I suppose with Ep 4 you just don't have as many quests, do you? So when is Spaceship going to get love again? Probably never, honestly. I would be up for them rebalancing the drop charts a bit, honestly, for PSO, because I do feel that Spaceship in general is a pretty terrible area. The drops, I mean, obviously music, it's fantastic, but I just don't think there's that many good ideas for Spaceship. It just feels like an area I never do. I know there's a couple of good drops there, obviously, but it just feels like generally a pretty weak area. Most people don't like Spaceship from what I know. Probably Sega didn't like it either. I don't mind Spaceship. I'm not fond of some of the enemies in it, but I do like the area. I mean, the music's great, and I think it looks pretty cool. Do you know what else is cool, though? Squidward. I was wondering if I could hit him with Overend from there. Thank you, HUnewearl evade. That was very helpful. Stay there. Thank you. I really didn't know that you could hit him from here with a sword. I guess Overend has a bit of range to it, so... The only things worth hunting there are Daylight Scar Gurren and maybe Gold, but you have better odds with the former two. Yeah. Wait, have I ever seen him do that before? Is this the thing he only does if you don't attack his tentacles enough or something? Because I don't think I've ever seen him do this. Maybe because I focused on his head. Can you stop moving as soon as I get near you? I'd like to go for his head, but I know if I do that, he's going to eat me. Because every time I play this game, he eats me. Yeah. He's going to do it again, isn't he? Yep. I feel targeted now. That was very, very rude, Squidward. Obligatory tentacle boss. I do love how many different Squidward emotes we've got now. Yeah, I think Affinia, I think we could do with maybe looking at the drop charts. I mean, the drops haven't really changed for a long time on Affinia as well, so maybe we're due a bit of an update. No worries, Adrian. PB is kind of Fowler. I'll take it, it's the closest you can get. Alright, let's do... I mean, I guess we probably need to do Dark Falls at some point. I will screw up the PB thing at the end. But we can do Dark Shrine. Actually, before I start this, if Pika's still here, did you want to join Pika? Just before I start this. Pika needs levels and drops, yeah. I'm not sure if they're still here or not, but yeah, if Pika's still here, I'm happy to remake. I lost the levels we did last time. Oh, like that Twitch has decided that your screen cap is going to be Squidward. Excellent. Yeah, PK, I mean, I'm happy to do hard mode if you want the levels again. Levels, it's better we do another time. It's up to you. I am happy to do it now if you want to, but if you're fine staying out, then that's fine as well. Again, it's not an issue doing hard mode or anything. If not, we can start Dark Shrine. You guys can go. Yeah, if you do want to join at any point, Pika, just let me know. Like I said, I'm more than happy to remake, so... Every area has some good drops, but Arcaplant, Shrine, and Pyro are the better ones. I mean, you'd hope that the good drops are in Dark Shrine. I see the shield build. Oh, there's a boosted enemy over there. Okay, you can't destroy those turrets. Fair. That turret is actually very annoying. I also think I've just had about every status condition in the game within about 2 seconds. I might switch up weapon in a minute, actually. Sword's really nice, but it's nice to switch things up now and again. Let's go with... We'll go Rika's Claw for a bit. Why not? Also, you know what? I'm going to use a trap vision, because I always forget to do it. And they're actually useful in this game. Yeah, it's surprising how difficult it's been to find a copy of this in like in my retro game store. I know I can get one online easily, but I remember when this game was everywhere. So what I'm interested in at the moment. So Sony announced that their next state of play is going to be beginning June, I think it is. And apparently what they've been doing is they've been, in America at least, they've been saying they're going to screen it at certain places so you can go and watch it live. I know that sounds ridiculous, but my opinion is that if they're going to the effort of having live screenings for the state of play, does that mean they're going to announce something big? Although it's slightly odd timing being like just before Summer Games Fest. Sega should have released a Phantasy Star game to 3D. PS6 confirmed. I wouldn't put it past them. Even higher resolution football games. Yeah, 8K FIFA. Oh, sorry, it's not called FIFA now, is it? Was it? EAFC or something it's called now. Because licensing. Oh, they should release a Phantasy Star game for the 3DS. Yeah, did they release anything for the 3DS for Phantasy Star, like collections or anything? This is Foul Claw or Rika's Claw, whichever you want to call it. Yeah. Double level up as I die. Congrats on the levels. Yeah, Rika's Claw is actually pretty good in this. It's like one of the few games where claws are actually worth using. There is also... there's an armor that goes with it as well for a set boost, so there's Rika's suit as well. Claw looks like it has a scope on it. I think it's just because of how low resolution the model is. It's kind of hard to say. Is it just me, or does this Dark Shrine run feel way harder than usual? It's because I'm playing Ranger, aka hard mode. Yeah, I don't know what happened with Ranger in this game. Maybe Sega announces Phantasy Star Universe Legacy Collection for PC and PS0 for PC, and Phantasy Star Nova for the West. Going by the latest financial reports, I would be surprised. I mean, let's be real. I mean, if anything's going to happen for PSU, it'll be announced this year. Because it is 20th anniversary of PSU this year. Which is terrifying to say, by the way. There's no way PSU is 20 years old. I know it is, but there's no way it is. Yeah, I know I did the video about like PSO's 25th anniversary. For PSO's 20th, sorry, for PSU's 20th, I really don't see it getting anything. I think at best for PSU's 20th, at best we get some PSU outfits added to NGS. That's my opinion. I don't think PSU is popular enough, honestly. I know it had like a dedicated fan base back in the day, but I just don't see Sega doing much for it. Given how muted the PSO 25th anniversary was. Sega, here, have Ethan's pants. Because I don't think we have PSU outfits in NGS. There might be PSO 2 spec ones, but I don't think there's NGS spec outfits. So I guess they could do that. I mean, I know people want more than that, but I just don't see it happening for PSU. Or to put it bluntly, if PSO doesn't get anything, there's no way in hell PSU does. Nice double server, by the way. Have Ethan's jacket that for some reason shows his abs. I can't remember for Ethan's jacket now. Does he show his abs? It's not something I've really looked at, to be honest. Excuse me, sir? Oh, you're a rare monster, that's why. SGS chance. So you're saying there's a chance. Oh god, so it's these guys that drops it. I mean, I know it's not SGS. It's whatever the PSO2 version. Well, I guess it originates in this. Is it Yonahate that drops? I mean, it would. See, I told you. Jacket opens a bit on the bottom part, roughly with the chest, so you can see a bit of his abs and belly button. Beefcake. And yeah, even with that, he's still one of the worst protagonists. I think Yonahate is from the rare Black League on night, and Akatsuki from the one we killed. Okay. Well, regardless, it didn't drop anywhere. And it has to be the rare, specifically the rare not boosted. That is so weird. So you could get the rare monster at spawn, but if it's a boosted one, it won't drop. That makes no sense. PSU dialogue reads like OG Resident Evil 1. Yeah. It makes sense they never wanted you to find it. It's just a weird decision though, isn't it? Yeah, we're gonna make this really rare weapon. You have to find a rare enemy for it. But if the rare enemy is boosted, you can't get it. Alright, let's switch it up again. Let's go daggers. Imagine OG PSO but with Resident Evil 1 voice acting. Oh. It's one of the times where I'm quite glad the game doesn't have voice acting. I know people like to clown on the OG Resident Evil voice acting. For me, it's still not the worst. Like, for me, Bloody Raw 4 is still the worst. You're almost a Rico sandwich. Or a Force sandwich. Those comments came through exactly the same time on YouTube and Twitch. That's impressive. Mega Man 8 says hello. I've not played Mega Man 8, so I can't comment. If it was the black one boosted, it boosted the drop rate of the Phantasmal Gauntlet instead. Okay. So you get a boosted rate on that at the expense of not finding the rare you actually want. Yeah, please, if you want examples of bad video game voice acting, I would encourage you to please go and look at Bloody Raw 4. It is hilariously bad. There is a reason that game killed the Bloody Raw franchise. Funny enough, Mega Man 8 had a German dub of all things that was kind of decent. Oh, Zale got the PP Regen 5, nice. You got a SimCity-like game and the VA is so terrible. I mean, sometimes I like games that have bad voice acting because it can make the game, like, unintentionally funny. But then sometimes you've got a game where the game might be amazing and it's just kind of ruined by bad voice acting. I mean, don't get me wrong, for Bloody Raw 4, it wasn't just the voice acting that was the problem. There were several issues with that game, but the voice acting did not help. I remember in that game there is one section where, in one of the story bits, where one of like the main villains gets revealed. And there's this really cheesy dialogue scene where none of the voice actors are any good. They're all like way off cue. And then the actual villain gets revealed, and it is literally like a PNG of like a demon face. It is so bad. Like, seriously, if you haven't seen Bloody Raw 4's voice acting, please go and look at it. Marinenko. Say that. Didn't I get Marinenko on PSU last time I played as well? Sure I did. Oh yeah. Oh, that's Tornado Dance as well, nice. That weapon has guaranteed gel and element. This might be worth grinding then. Obviously it's quite weak at the minute because it's not grinded, but... yeah, I'll check it out this room. I like how nearly everything here poisons you. Can't get PSO while it's down. Yeah, PSO well was down yesterday as well. I'm hoping it's not down permanently. I know now and again it has these periods where it does go down for a little bit. Hopefully it's back up again soon. I know it never gets updated now, but it's still a very, very good resource. So hopefully it comes back up. Chaos Wars. Chaos Wars was an interesting story. PS2 games needed a dub to be released in the West, so they hired the localizers family to belch out the lines because they knew that everyone plays on Japanese voices. I want to check my new cool double save, but I don't want to do it in the middle of a fight. Yeah, hopefully PSO World's back up again soon. It's kind of crazy, honestly, that there isn't really that many resources for PSO stuff, or Phantasy Star stuff in general. Enough for PSO, obviously, you've got PSO World and you've got the Affinia wiki. I assume the other servers have their own wikis as well. But then, for games like this, there really isn't that much out there for resources. Alright, let's check this double server. It has no attributes whatsoever. Brilliant. It says no elements. Oh, no worries. Arquebus armor. Every time I see that, I think of Armored Core. There is a gel and double saber here, though. I mean, that sounds quite useful, honestly. This looks pretty cool, though. Do you know about the bug where you can use certain Fortnites without getting moved by them? See if I can do it. Like that. It's such a weird thing that, yeah, if you put your back to the edge of the level and then do a Fortnite, it doesn't move you. Makes Tornado Dance stupid if you can get an enemy into position. You just lure them over to the edge and then just spam it. It is a very weird bug, though. I know there's like the other bug you can do with gunblades and handguns as well, where you can like rapid fire. That's really funny as well. Although I can't remember offhand how you do it. Drac did show me how to do it. Thanks for the suggestion, AI, asking the Discord. Got the drop tracker working. Oh, nice one. I would have said asking mine, but like, the thing is the Affinity Discord has so many more people on it. If you're asking something like that, it's probably better asking it there because you're probably going to get a much faster answer. So was it just a couple of files that were missing then, or? Yeah, the drop tracker is really, really useful though. I would recommend that to anyone playing PSO Baby on Affinia. I don't know if it works on other servers, but yeah, definitely worth trying. There was a third download that the instructions failed to mention. Fair enough. Tornado Dance becomes stupid with that bug because it can allow you to hit an enemy 3 to 5 times depending on size. Hi, Bear Lover. The game looks great on stream. This was the first PS game I played. Wish I knew where my copy went. Yeah, so this, for reference, this is running at several times regular resolution, just to try and make it look better on stream. Because as you can probably appreciate, running a DS game on stream at like DS resolution doesn't look great. Yeah, it's a really fun game. Not one I have much experience in, to be fair. I only started playing it in the last couple of years. For me, I'm much more familiar with like PSO. Actually, for this, I'm going to use sword. I cannot guarantee that I won't die. This honestly is one of my main criticisms of this game, that I really don't like the boss fights. Alright, which one's which? I don't like the boss fights. Did someone say humilias? Yeah, we're gonna get nuked, aren't we? We are gonna get nuked. Alright, we all seem to be gang up on this one, so let's do that. Okay, that's one down, so at least it won nuke now. I think. It's just a very annoying boss. But yes, I see what you're saying about Humilias. Humilias is also very annoying. Other way though, I honestly don't like a lot of the bosses in this game, but I like the gameplay. Come on, bring your head back down. One more time. And it whiffed completely. Nice. I'll get you in a sec, Zell. It's weird not having the HUD on the main screen though. I'm not sure how I'd handle that. I think if you're playing it on the DS, though, it'll be fine. I mean, for me on my side, the way I've got it set up is my health and everything is kind of just to the right of my main screen, so it's not too bad. I think I screwed. Well, I died, so I lost my foot on boss anyway. And I'm still going to say it, this is still one of the worst Dark Falls. Maybe not as bad as Fish Falls from PSU. And not as annoying as Dark Falls from Phantasy Star 2. But he's pretty bad. He did not appreciate me saying that. Iframes? What iframes? It's Falls Elephant. Yeah, I called it a dog for a while and then realized it has an obvious trunk. This is basically just Epsilon. You are very annoying, Falls. Maybe it's an anteater. Maybe it is. Epsilon is the worst. You are not wrong. Stay there, stay there. I mean, kind of. Maybe it's back on now or one of those dream-eating yokai with a trunk. Potentially. I mean, they often do things like that, don't they, in these games? They often have, like, yokai references. Hello? Well, I didn't get the experience, but it's fine. I don't know what killed me. I seem to die of the wind or something. Oh, you joined me as well? Nice. Yeah, there was one of like the ball things near me. I don't think it touched me, but I died. We don't question it. You got Mega level 15, nice. Yeah, it can just be a little bit awkward because there isn't really iframes as such in this game, from what it seems. So if one of the ball things hits you, quite often you'll just get hit by a few others and just die. It's like, okay, game, I see how it is. Does this one go up to level 200? No, the cap in this one is 100. For reasons. Don't seem to have like an obvious rule to stick to for the level caps in these games. Must be before they learned about level 200 in canon. I mean, I suppose... Was it PSL version 1 that only went up to 100? Which guild attendant do you think is cuter? Mission girl or storage girl? Let's see. First of all... Let's see. I'll judge it based on the sprite art. I prefer Mission Girl. Personally. Modern games won't let you pet the cat. PS0 back on the DS. See, the thing is, I know it's like a joke and jest slander. There was recently an event in Jest where they put all these hidden cats around the city that you had to find. You can't pet them though. I mean, you can do an emote and pet them, but there's no like interactivity with it. You can do it in this though. It's a storage girl for you, okay. Storage girl is too blue. There is a lot of blue in that outfit. I mean, she's fine. Yeah, it's kind of funny in Zero that they went to the effort of making the cats petable. So we can't really have much in this city because of the DS limitations, but make sure those cats are petable. Alright, let's load another quest. Well, 3 fails. Oh, should we do Arca Plant and get Humiliate out the way? We can do Tower. We could also do Tower. Well, do you want to do... Should we do Humiliate first and then do Tower after that? Obviously, we're not going to do all of Tower, but we can do a few floors. Yeah, sounds good. Need to play some Monster Hunter. Petting Poogie is great. Oh, you tried Monster Hunter World? I love Monster Hunter World. I didn't really enjoy Wilds. I've said this before on stream. I played it a little bit on stream, but just never really got into anywhere near as much. I do find it funny how this game follows the original PSO and having so few bosses and areas, I have to reuse them for multiple missions. I'm guessing probably just limitations of the hardware. I mean, it is literally connected to PSO as well, so... Did Wild's get any update? So it's had a few title updates. For the record, I haven't played it for a long time. And last time I played was... I know I didn't do the Final Fantasy XIV event because I had no interest in it. So I played whatever the title update before that was. Yeah, I just didn't enjoy the game as much overall. I would expect though, because Wild still sold really, really well, and they have ironed out a lot of the performance issues with it now as well. So I would expect that they'll probably announce an expansion for it relatively soon. Maybe Summer Games Fest. Game looks cute as heck, I might get it. It's really fun. I would say if you like PSO, this honestly is one of the closest Phantasy Stars to PSO in terms of outplayers. It's most definitely limitations. It's just funny to me. Even the game's promo art references PSO. Yeah, I mean, for those who don't know who maybe come from PSO, this game takes place on Coral, which is the planet that the Pioneer ships escaped from in PSO. So the Pioneer project originated on Coral, which is where this is set. Don't really know sort of time frames between this and PSO. It's like very loosely connected. You know that it's the same planet, and that's about it. Well, the same planet as where PSO, where the Pioneer ships came from, not the planet that's in PSO. If you look at PSO and Zero promo art and box art, the characters are arranged by race in the same positions. Yeah, so for the Phantasy Star Zero soundtrack, the artwork for that is exactly the same as the PSO Dreamcast soundtrack in terms of the class orders. It's a really, really cool little Easter egg. Didn't PSO say something about escaping Earth? I don't know. I can't remember if they ever call it Earth. Wild's combat was good, I just felt like there wasn't much to grind for on launch. Yeah, for sure. I think coming from World and Iceborne, it felt a bit empty to me in terms of things to do. I know it improved over time with the content updates and with the performance updates. But yeah, I don't really feel I don't really feel any real urge to go back and play a Wilds yet. Maybe if an expansion drops. Yeah, I should say, I don't know. I'd have to go back and see, but I don't know in PSO if it ever specifically calls the homeworld Coral in PSO. I honestly can't remember. It wouldn't surprise me if it's things that were picked up from like lore books and things like that. That's quite often what happens with these games. Coral definitely doesn't ring a bell. Yeah, it might not call it in the game, but it is. So the original planet that Pioneer Project came from is Coral. I just can't remember where you actually find that out. It might be in some book or something. Because what you find with PSO in particular is that a lot of the lore for the game, like the really detailed lore, is in things like some of the promotional books and things like that. Zero does a good job showing just why the Pioneer Project likely was undertaken, just through what you fight against. Yeah, buy the books to understand what the hell's happening, exactly. Yeah, so books like the Book of Hunters, and books like that, they will often have a lot of lore in them. Coral itself was only mentioned in the lore books. That would not surprise me. Yeah, I should say Nightfall. I have finished the story on this, so I'm personally okay with spoilers for this. Fingers are annoying in any game they're in. They are. So if memory serves, I think the Pioneer Project was devised because Coral was essentially becoming unlivable because of wars and yeah, essentially the planet was just becoming completely unsustainable. So they devised the Pioneer Project partially to look for a new planet. There were underlying reasons for it as well, though. Like very nefarious reasons that you find out more in episode 2. Of all the Zero enemies, they had to bring these into Infinity. Yeah, let's bring the most annoying enemies. They are super annoying. Forces cause global warming. From what I can gather, Coral and Zero plays after the Pioneer 2 project, at which point they build Mother Trinity as a secondary failsafe. Both mentioned the war and pollution for the reason. Then Mother Trinity created the Great Blank, and yeah. Yeah, Zero is kind of cool because it has like a nod to several games, so obviously the whole Mother Trinity thing with it doing the Great Blank is... You could say that's a bit of a reference to Phantasy Star 2. You know, Mother Brain in 2. You know, doesn't exactly have the purest intentions. Although maybe you could argue that Mother Brain was like that in 2 because of Dark Force. Yeah, honestly, I quite like the story for Zero. Thought it was pretty fun. Phantasy Star 2 is one of my favourite games ever. It's really, really good. So I think my only issues with 2 are it's a very, very grindy game. You have to grind for a long time to be able to do some of the dungeons. Like excessively long. And as everyone who's seen the playthrough that I did of it, the Dark Force fight is just BS. There's no more to be said than that. The Great Blank like a blanket, is that why global warming? Maybe. It's a very grindy game, describes most of Phantasy Star, to be fair. I think if you're talking like the classic games, I don't feel 1 was too grindy. There's maybe a couple of areas where you need to grind a bit, but it wasn't too bad. Although I did play the Switch version, maybe that makes it a bit easier. 2 I thought was very, very grindy. I don't really feel like I had to grind in 3 either, but to be honest with 3, I feel like you could just auto-attack through 90% of the battles in that game anyway, so... The bigger problem with 3, apart, well, of many, was one thing I really hated about 3 was the amount of backtracking in it. And obviously how slow the standard movement speed is. I used a mod to double the movement speed, and even then there was far too much backtracking. Fingers crossed you all get some really good drops today. Oh, thanks, Casey. Good to see you as well. My god, that did so much damage. That must be a boosted one to do that much damage. The biggest problem with 3 is that it's 3. I mean, I will stand up and defend 3 to an extent. I do feel it was quite optimistic with some of the stuff it tried. Yeah, the fact that you can like customize techniques was pretty cool for a Mega Drive game. The fact that it had the dynamic music was a cool idea. I mean, it didn't work at all really, but you know, it tried new things, and I think it should be celebrated for that. But it got a lot of things wrong as well. That was a normal arc sign. Oh god, yeah, I did like 400 damage. Shout out to Phantasy Star 2 for Cooley61, exactly, yeah. Perfectly timed reference. The old Master System version, you need to grind for like an hour just so you can survive more than the weakest enemies unless you did RNG manipulation. Each further version reduced that. Yeah, so I played it was like the Switch Sega 80s version, which is really good. And if you're going to play one, I would say play that version. I mean, I suppose a lot of like these really old RPGs are probably a lot more very grindy, just because I guess they had to feel like they were providing you enough, you know, bang for your buck. So I guess they thought if we give them a lot more gameplay, they'll feel like it's worth it. Even if that gameplay is just you spam the same enemies over and over again. You love 3's title screen and Ren's transformation music the most. Yeah, it was cool when he decided that he could transform into a jet. I really wish he could do that earlier in the game. And I will agree that the title screen music for 3 is really good. I mean, I like 3's soundtrack, with the exception of that loop that starts of every battle. Like the bit right at the start of the battle is awful. The book version of Phantasy Star 1 has a loop in the very start where you can grind. I think the battle music is unfortunately too discordant. Agreed. Yeah. I think like, once it settles into either the winning or losing theme, it's not as bad. I mean, I'm not a massive fan of the winning theme. It's okay. I think that the losing theme is fine. It just sounds a bit, worrying. But the initial theme that plays when you first start the battle is awful. I don't know what they were thinking with that, honestly. I mean, those of you who've seen me play the classic ones probably know that 4's my favourite by a long shot. But I do like them all. I would definitely place 3 much further down than the others, though. The only sad thing about 4 for me is the fact that I've experienced it now, and I kind of wish I could play it for the first time again. I feel like nothing in that game is going to have the same impact anymore now. Oh god. So you know how I said about, oh, is that a boosted arc sign? Well, guess what's here? A boosted arc sign. We're all going to die. How do I even approach this? Thank you for that. Oh, it does 770 damage. I don't have 700 health. And the missiles are homing. This is terrifying. Well, I hit it. Can you stop? I'm not sure how we approach this. Aha! I made it shoot itself. Can you stop? I was rather hoping you would die after that, to be honest. Well. Very cool game. Very cool. 4 is a beautiful game. It really, really is. Is it dead? Is it finally gone? I did like the idea of PS3 generational storytelling, even if it fell a bit flat. It would be cool if it was picked up again in another game that is not Agarest Wars. Yeah, the whole generations thing was honestly a really cool idea. I liked how, depending on who you married, it kind of influenced the next generation. And obviously, by that then give you multiple endings as well. Like, it had some really cool ideas. It's just that the execution of some of it was a bit, like I say, fell a bit flat. Okay, well, I got nothing for that. So yeah, let's never talk about those buff dark signs again. I hope they never ever appear. Because that was awful. Yeah, 4, honestly, Phantasy Star 4 is an absolute masterpiece. I don't think I can say anything else about it, really. Fire Emblem 4 did that as well. Oh, cool. I've never really played many Fire Emblem games. Cute arc signs with a rainbow aura like that in Infinity. Can you even imagine? You always appreciate 3 for introducing the androids and cast as well, despite its problems. And for me, it's not that I dislike 3. I did enjoy the game. It's just that there were some very obvious faults with it. I kind of felt like I had to use a double walking speed mod for it to be relatively fun. Because it would have just took me forever to get anywhere without it. Two was really cool. The only slightly weird thing about 2 was the fact that it barely had any boss fights. I think there's, what, is it 4 bosses in the entire game? Arcsigns have a major issue in multiplayer where they randomly just desync, so sometimes they can attack everyone at once because they just use the same attack but target someone else on each screen. Yeah, I think it's 4 bosses in Phantasy Star 2. And to be fair, one of those is like not really a fight because it's just one where you have to survive for a few turns. The is it Army Eye, I think it's called? Oh, Zatara got 7 ads in a row. Oof. I wish I could do something about that. So on YouTube side for ads, I can kind of choose the ad frequency. I think I have it set on balanced at the minute. But on Twitch, no, you just get ads. Yeah, Cordro, it's the one, after you've unlocked all the dams, you get attacked by the robots, don't you? And then they take you to the prison ship, if my memory serves. Did you want to play the Switch ports, which are based on the Mega Drive, or did you play the PS1 remake? So for Phantasy Star 1, I played the Switch Sega Ages version, which is basically the Master System version, but with some quality of life improvements. And it has like things like a on-screen map for the dungeons, so you can map the dungeon out a bit easier. You still have to run around the dungeon to actually fill in the map, but it lets you sort of quick reference it. Also has like a reference guide as well, so you can check what the techniques do and everything. Oh, sorry, it's magic in Phantasy Star 1, isn't it? So yeah, so it was the Switch version I played for Phantasy Star 1. Then for 2, 3, and 4, I used the Mega Drive Classics Collection, the one that's been delisted now, because I'd already bought it quite a while ago. Which we'll find, it's probably not the way I'd recommend playing it necessarily. Maybe not the best versions, but they serve the purpose. I mean, for 4, I know you can play 4 on like Switch Online now, can't you, as well? But I don't know what that version's like. And I think it is only Phantasy Star 4, which is very weird. Oh, you played the Saturn versions, nice. Is it Phantasy Star Collection, is it, on the Saturn? Oh, welcome back, Zatara. I'm sorry that you were in ad hell. I was just saying, like, I can't control the ads on Twitch. Yeah, honestly, I would love to get a Sega Saturn. It's one of the few Sega consoles I don't have now, so I really want to get a Saturn at some point. It's always funny. Oh, no worries. Yeah, Twitch is like that sometimes, where you'll just get hit with like Adpocalypse and get like 7 or 8 ads in a row. It's honestly why I use Turbo. I'm not shilling for Turbo or anything, but that is the sole reason I buy Turbo. The Saturn collection is great. Yeah, I've never tried. Like I said, I've never even played a Saturn. Like, none of my friends had one back when it released. I think we all bought PlayStations. Mainly because the price on the Saturn, like the Saturn was just ridiculously expensive when it released here. Yeah, it's a shame that, isn't it, about the GBA collection? It's kind of weird that they would bother to release their collection when it only has 1, 2, and 3. you like the Saturn, but it was clearly a weaker console than PlayStation. I mean, I can't remember how the pricing compared to the PlayStation at the time. I want to say the PlayStation was cheaper, but I could be wrong. It must have been cheaper because I wouldn't have got a PlayStation, otherwise I would have bought a Saturn. It's like $100 cheaper, God. Yeah, I'm not sure what Sega were doing really with the Saturn. Had a lot of issues with crashes on the GBA version. That is kind of funny, isn't it? That the GBA like crashes on like Mega Drive ports. It's a Gundam. Yeah, kind of. I'm not a huge fan of this fight, and the music does get a little grating. He's a cool looking boss. God, this guy does not want to let me stand up. Oh, nice work on that track. I will check chat again in a minute. I have to focus on this fight. Oh, you would move away. It is quite useful having anti on my palette because anti in this, if you charge it, revives people as well. Stay there. Okay, that did significantly more damage than I thought it was going to. After watching Victory Gundam recently, I can't unsee this boss has been like Victory. He's okay if you can get right near him. There is a trend with this today, isn't there? Of me dying right as the boss dies. They made money on Genesis and Dreamcast, but the Saturn broke a hole in the wallet. I mean, I don't know how well the Dreamcast did, because I suppose the problem with the Dreamcast was it was probably fine while the PlayStation was out, maybe. But then when the PS2 launched, like the PS2 just killed everything. I'm dying for the boss's sins. Emilias is a cool looking boss and the attack with the sword just oozes aura, but the actual gameplay, no, I take Cougar NX from PSR2 if there's any there. Yeah, Cougar NX in PSR2 is pretty cool. If you ever want to buy a Sega Saturn, I recommend buying a Japanese one. They tend to be lower in price because it's more successful there. Yeah, the only issue is I'm not a huge fan of how the Japanese Saturns look, because I know they're a different colour. I'm not a huge fan of the colour scheme on them. And I don't know if they play games from out of the Japanese region or if they only play Japanese games. I really don't know a whole lot about the Saturn, unfortunately. Dreamcast made tons of money, but they were in a real bad position. It's kind of weird, isn't it, for say consoles, how they were like different colors in different regions. I guess it's so you can like tell by looking at them, but so not even things like the what I would call the Mega Drive, so like the Mega Drive 2. So for the PAL ones, they're like black with red buttons. I think the American ones, I could be wrong on this, but I think the American ones are mostly all black. And then the Japanese ones are like black with like grey and light purple buttons. It's really weird. You're in the store getting Scape dolls. I really need to go and buy some Scape dolls. Japanese SNES cartridges look strange. Yeah, because they're different cartridge shapes as well, aren't they? $5 PDs per Scape doll. We're getting scammed in Coral. Do I have any photon drops in here? Yeah, just slightly. I just want to remind people that one of Sega's execs literally paid out of pocket to make PSO and Dreamcast a thing because he was that much of a believer in the networking potential. Yeah, I mentioned that in my PSO 25th anniversary video. Yeah, Isao Okawa. Yeah, man was a legend, and without him we wouldn't have had PSO. Might not have even had the Dreamcast, honestly. Saturn's are region locked because most of the library was Japanese. There are RAM cartridges that bypass the lock. Okay. Right, give me all your Scape dolls. For me, the best looking joysticks is the Mega Drive ones, but the D-pad sucks. The D-pad on the Mega Drive, I don't mind how it feels, but it is what I would describe as feeling a bit loose. Maybe that's just mine because it's old, but I feel like every Mega Drive controller I've tried feels the same. I will say though, I really like the Mega Drive controllers, like the way they feel in your hand. They don't look like they should be ergonomic at all, but I really like them. Right, let's do... I guess we can do a bit of tower. You remember that they broke a lot. Yeah, for me, honestly, the ones I have the problem with breaking is basically any Sony controller. For some reason, pretty much all of my PlayStation controllers break. I don't know what it is about them, they just seem really, really unreliable for me. Does everyone in this game have the tower mod installed? I'm pretty sure we do. I don't know if tower is a good idea. I don't associate you with masochism usually. We're not doing the whole tower, believe me. We'll just do a little bit of it. You do, cool. Okay, hopefully I still have it installed. Let's find out. Yes, I do, cool. Doesn't Tower take half a day to finish? It would if we were doing the full thing. Believe me, we are not doing the full thing. We'll just probably go until end of stream. It's still worth doing even if you just do some of it. Is there a reason you wouldn't? I mean, no. Now that you say that, that's a really good point. Alright, let's use something else. This part looks like North Alio. It does, it does. PS0 is NGS confirmed. tell you what, let's use the other weird claw. The tower mod, so what it does, as you can probably see, it lets you play tower multiplayer. The way that it works is it basically replaces the first quest, which I think is one of the... I think it's one of the dragon quests it replaces. There is still another one though, so you can still do the dragon. But yeah, it basically replaces the first quest in the list with tower and makes it multiplayer playable. It is still unfortunately 100 floors though, so we will not be doing the full thing. It's just worth doing just to farm for a little bit, that's all. I don't need that. Why is it not multiplayer? Yeah, it's just a decision they decided to go with. For some reason, they just decided that, no, we're just going to have this as single player only. I guess for the challenge, but... it is still ridiculous that it is such a long quest. They could cut the tower down to 30 floors and people would already say it's too much. 100 feels like someone was drunk and accidentally added another zero that no one caught. It is ludicrous, like there is no reason it should be 100 floors. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I would say... I mean, even 30 floors would take a while. It's because it's deceiving as well, because it's not really 100 floors, it's way more. Because of how the tower works. So although we've done, see, we started like here on the map. We've done... that's the entrance room, I think. So we've done like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's essentially like 6 or 7 rooms per floor. Yeah, all of that was one floor. So it's like 100 of those. So it's actually like 600 or 700 rooms. I mean, that monkey's standing right next to a bomb, but I'm not touching that. Now Clementine has their own tower. They do... I don't know what the Clementine tower goes up to, whether it's 100, but... this feels way more punishing just because of how long it is. Hey, Johnny Sokal. Always felt this game flew under the radar for many people. I would say so. I think one of the issues, honestly, is like Sega just made some weird decisions at the time. What's new there? Releasing this and a PSP game relatively close to each other. I mean, yeah, if you had a PSP, you might not have had a DS, so it kind of makes sense in that regard. But I kind of feel it maybe split sales because you're releasing 2 portable games. I know there was a gap between them, but it wasn't that long. Yeah, it's a shame though, because, you know, this and the portable games on PSP as well, they're all really good. Six or 7. I don't get, and I never will get, the whole 6-7 meme. From what I understand, there is no reason to it. I hate it though. That is the goal, yeah. That's what I've heard, yeah. There is like no meaning to it. It's just pointless. But like, it's just not funny. I know. Maybe that's just signing me getting too old. "6-7 was originally a basketball meme, then some oddly wide-eyed kid made a video with it and blew up. It blew up. As is often the case. It's not funny, that's the point. Yeah, yeah. We made this meme that doesn't have a meaning and isn't funny. You see my issue with it? It's one of those things where, like, you know, when I was younger, I thought, you know, it's great being like up to date on all these, you know, all these memes and everything, understanding them all. And then you get to a point where you just don't understand them anymore, and that's the point where you start to think, "Oh God, I'm old." This is why I'm still playing these ancient games. Learning about meme origins is a bit of a part-time passion for me, so I never feel old, but I do feel out of touch. Great song, that, Ghost Raccoon. Great song. They're like the pure negation of the idea of meme anti-humor. Yeah. It's almost like laughing at something that isn't meant to be funny, but is funny because of that. Yeah, I'm not a touch, it's the kids who are wrong, exactly. I think the scariest thing is, I think when you think of stuff to do with video games, so if you think like the PS3 and Xbox 360, how old they are now, I guess they are technically old enough to be considered retro consoles now, which is terrifying. I mean, I think even PSO2, if you think of PSO2, that is, what, 14 years old from its original release? I think. I'm sure it was 2012. I heard someone call the Wii retro and I broke my back. I guess maybe it's sounds kind of odd because I suppose like back when I was younger, the sort of the generational leaps between the consoles were huge. You know, going from like a Mega Drive to a PlayStation was a massive graphical step up. And going from a PlayStation to a PlayStation 2, from a PS2 to a PS3, they were all pretty big steps up. I feel that now you're not really getting that with like modern console generations. It's like very minuscule increases. So maybe because it's not as noticeable now, maybe that's why it feels weird to call something like a PS3 retro. PSO2 is almost as old as I was when I started playing it. I remember getting a Japanese ROM of this game on my R4 for my DS and putting hours into it despite not knowing any Japanese. That is exactly how I played PSP2 Infinity. I knew no Japanese whatsoever and played Infinity because people said it was good. For what it was worth, I managed to learn some Japanese through it. You can learn like basic things. You can learn like katakana and hiragana through them. I suppose at the end of the day, if you're not really bothered about story or anything, you can just play it in Japanese fine. If you're just there to play the game and, you know, hit stuff. You feel like console games are stagnating as the only real thing they can do at this point to improve his graphics, which are already ridiculous. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Because, like I said, we don't really have that big shift in graphics now. I feel like we've maybe not necessarily reached a peak because, you know, there are always advancements, you know, things like ray tracing and so on. But the difference, I think, now is much less noticeable. I mean, yeah, you could... There's like small increases you could do, but I just feel compared to how it was. Like, seriously, I remember getting a PS2 when it was new and getting, I think it was Gran Turismo 3, and playing it and legitimately, obviously I was still a kid, but legitimately thinking, wow, this looks real. Because comparing it to a PS1, it did look real. Whereas now, you know, whenever there's a PS6 or anything, it probably won't look too much better than a PS5. Yeah, this is resolution increased. I think this is running at something ridiculous, like I think it's about 10 times the regular resolution or something. Just to make it look better on stream, that's all. Games of late are also unoptimized messes. They've hired too many vibe coders, yeah. There's PS6, not yet, but it'll happen. I was just saying that, you know, whenever the PS6 does come out, I would be surprised if it's like a massive step up graphically from a PS5, because we just seem to have reached a point where the differences are so small now. Yeah, I would definitely agree about the unoptimized messes as well. There's been a lot of that with modern games recently. I will say that that's one place where NGS actually runs surprisingly well. Like the rare NGSW, I guess, but... And I'm not saying it's codable or anything, but I've never really had any major performance issues with NGS. It just feels like now, whenever there's like a major release, it almost feels like it's not worth buying on release because you know it'll have performance issues on PC. Console you might be better with because I suppose they're designed for the consoles usually. Although even then, sometimes the console releases are bad as well. I mean, the only sort of new game I bought recently is that I've been playing a bit of Forza Horizon 6 recently. That seems to run okay. On my build, at least, anyway. I don't know how other people's experience is. But yeah, it's just a shame that whenever you buy a modern game now, it's almost like you expect it to run badly. It's like 10,000 to 100,000 polygons is more significant than 1 million to 20 million. Yeah. I mean, I guess, I suppose like back in the 16-bit era, I suppose the like video games were still kind of in their infancy. They were still very early. So, it's only natural that the games develop very, very quickly. And the console specs went through the roof very, very quickly. But it just almost feels now like if a new console releases, like, is there any point getting it? Is it really worth getting over the previous one? Although I do say that as someone who bought a Switch 2 relatively recently, so maybe I'm a hypocrite. Well, to be fair, the main reason I bought a Switch 2 is so my Switch 1 games run better. It's an MVP problem, not the good MVP, the minimum viable product. I feel like the minimum viable product recently is just release the game, regardless of what it's like. Personally, art style beats realism 90% of the time. Yeah, I mean, I think that's why I kind of like it when games like don't go for like a realistic look and try like an interesting art style, because it makes the game stand out a bit more. Certain price changes aside, I've been enjoying Switch 2 hardware as well. Yeah, I'm quite glad I bought it when I did, because the prices have gone up now, haven't they? Or if they haven't gone up already, they're going up soon. Which I had a feeling they would. It is kind of hilarious that we're in a situation now where a console releases and then goes up in price through its life. Remember when consoles went down in price? I mean, I get why it happens to an extent. I appreciate there's been a lot of things like chip shortages and everything. I get that has an effect. Obviously, events around the world can have an impact as well. I get that. But it does raise an interesting problem where you think, okay, I'm going to buy a console that's maybe a couple of years into its lifespan, and I'm going to pay more for it now than it was when it released. Minimal viable product when you spend hundreds of millions on slop games is a measurably stupid thought, yeah. Honestly, watching you play Phantasy Star games recently makes me want to play a game with a really, really good character creator again. Yeah, I'm not sure what games recently have really good ones. I mean, I will always say PSO2 and NGS have a fantastic one, but obviously that's not going to help if you don't like the gameplay. I still feel that NGS has one of the best character creators for sure, though. It's extremely in depth. I'm not sure what else really. What else is really good? Sims 4. I'm trying what's released recently that allows you to create like a custom character. I just kind of watched that missile coming at me and just let it happen. Tomodachi Life. For real, look, Tomodachi Life actually looks quite fun. I haven't tried it myself, but it looks kind of fun. Look at some of the stupid stuff you can do in it. Code Vein 2 released and was marketed on part of its character creator. I tried it and the character creator is nowhere near PSO 2. If PSO 2 is a 10, then Code Vein is like a 5. You're gonna hop out after floor 10, no worries. Yeah, I'm honestly not sure what other games sort of pride themselves on the character creators. Oh, no worries, though. I mean, we'll see what time it is when we finish this floor 10. Code Vein is kind of like a 5 in all aspects. I've never played it myself. All I know is that it essentially looks like anime Dark Souls. Sky should do the lore quest after we leave. If ever port PS0 for some reason, just cut each floor down to like 3 rooms instead of 8 and it might be fun. Yeah, I'll see how I feel after after we do floor 10. It is very, very warm here, so... Game was cute. Yeah, the art style for this game is really cool. It does have character creation as well. It's very, very limited, but it does have character creation. I think you have about 3 or 4 different hairstyles and 3 or 4 different hair colours, and that's about it. See you living the dream again. You like playing 4 mile in this game because you like the nun aesthetic. Yeah, they're quite different looking in this game, aren't they? I mean, some of the character classes are kind of similar to how they look in PSO. Yeah, 4 mile is very nun-coded. Dragon Quest 9 has character creation, it's very fun. Well, at least it's not the PSP2 Infinity version of this boss. Because my god, that sucked. Newmans are Western coded, Rangers are basic androids, and Newman are space rabbits. They are. Alright, I guess we go back to town now. You got 2 7 stars, nice. Just out of curiosity, Drac, does the lore quest, does it have a boss fight in it at all? So kind of Ravager's blow through it if it does have a boss, it does. It's Humilias, oh god. But you do it on hard story mode, so it's easy. I think you vastly overestimate my skills in this game. It's not Humiliat, it's Fouls. I mean, I really hate that boss fight. It's Humilias is the PS0 version of It's the Alert. Both a shorthand for this fight is going to suck, yeah. Yep, thank you for the games. Do you like any of the Zero bosses? I mean, I like the designs, I just don't like the actual fights. Yeah, I personally feel that the boss fights are a big weak point of the game. I don't think they're that great. As much as I love the franchise, the bosses were rarely the main draw until like PSP2 Infinity. Yeah, I mean, I suppose even in like PSO, you know, the PSO bosses are, they're not great. How long is the quest, Jack, out of curiosity? You can do it till stream end for sure. I just don't want it to go on for like, you know, 40 minutes or something. Infinity, the same game that had Shizuru and Dios. Alright, what weapon are we using? Let's go with the daggers. So I'm going to assume it's to the future. No. Is it Mother's Memory? Okay. It's funny how TTF is in this. It is. Well, if it isn't Taken Company, well, good timing. Anna, what are you doing here? I just got out of a meeting with the mayor. We're finally making headway for resuming a relationship between the Earth and the Moon. I've never been to a meeting that ran so long, though. This girl's exhausted. Yeah, Sarissa does suffer from the curse of the pixel scar. We don't talk about that. Seems to be just like that point on the screen. What kind of games do you play when not streaming? Obviously I play a bit of NGS off stream. At the minute, I'm playing Forza Horizon 6. I've been playing like a few old Mega Drive games as well. So like I said earlier, I got a copy of Streets of Rage 2, so I've been playing that a little bit. I'm trying to sort of build up my collection of retro games. Yeah, not a whole lot at the minute, really. It's not easy being the voice of the people. Laugh all you want, but it really can weigh you down. The humans and casts on Earth and the Newmans on the moon. Well, let's just say everyone seems to have some pretty big misconceptions about everyone else. People are still accusing Newmans of controlling Mother Trinity. It's because the people were divided for so long. The prejudiced views need to be eliminated over time with factual evidence. Guy is leaking. Yeah, Ogie's fine. Yeah, that's how it's got to be. We're hoping to debunk misconceptions before they become deeply rooted. That's why I've been trying to nip this thing in the bud. Anyway, seeing as you're all here, I'm guessing you've accepted the quest, right? The one I asked for? Anna here talking about racism and misconceptions while Ogie's first line when talking to her is mentioning her fun bikes. Good. Thanks a lot. Things are finally settling into place. Your timing's perfect. What are we supposed to do exactly? We were told to ask the client for details. Investigate Mother Trinity's true intent. Huh? It's not something we can openly discuss. I'll explain on the way to the moon. I'll go with you at least part of the way. Anna, can you tell us now? What did you mean by Mother Trinity's true intent? You can ignore most rooms since it's hard mode, okay. Well, there's not a lot to tell. I want to find out about Mother Trinity's true intent too. What do you mean by true intent? What that thing was thinking, you mean? Yeah, and the facts around how the Great Blank came to be. The main reason the Great Blank happened is because Mother Trinity was influenced by Darkfalls. Okay, that confirms that then. But we don't have a clear view on why Mother was made in the first place and why she tried to exterminate people. That is true. We know so little. We'd love to get some old data, but Mother Trinity deleted almost everything out there. We've been looking, but we've come up empty-handed just about everywhere so far. But we haven't looked here yet. There may still be something left. That's why we launched the investigation into the Dark Shrine. More easily said than done though. The whole place is still teeming with hostiles. Aren't you going too, Anna? I would if I could, but I just can't. How come? Ruth's been a pain. Something about how someone should be leading and representing Newman shouldn't be fighting. Well, I guess I can see his point. That's why I'm not leading the investigation myself. I guess I have to make use of the authority I've been given as a leader. Huh, that's some pull you've got. If we can find that data, do you think it will help people get over their prejudices? Who knows? I guess it depends on what we find. I'm not looking for old data so I can use it as evidence to persuade people. I just want to know what happened so we don't repeat the same mistakes with the world we're building now. That's commendable. We can't be certain that the same mistakes won't be repeated otherwise. What happened down on Raggle? I mean Coral. Also, the people who accuse Newmans of controlling Mother Trinity are skeptical that Mother even existed. If we can recover some data, we can use it as proof and move on. Two birds with one stone. Very good. You seem to know how to think on your feet. I'll take that as a compliment. I know it's not my place to say this as a client, but please don't try to be heroes. You in the present are far more important than any kind of data from the past. It's alright. Aren't we the heroes that saved the world? Heh, sounds funny coming from you somehow. No doubt, but titles can change people. We can't very well tarnish our names as heroes, can we now? We've all got these titles that are weighted with expectations, don't we? Alright then, I'm counting on you. Okay, so we'll try and skip whatever we can. Yes, I'm only doing this because apparently there's law. Also because you need super hard on story mode eventually. I mean, I guess so. There's also a couple of funny ones. I think the only other one I've done is the one where you're... I think, is it the mayor's dyeing his hair or something? I seem to remember that one. Honestly, I would use an action replay to unlock super hard, just so I don't have to deal with Eternal Tower. Yeah, I would not blame you. Okay, so I'll go east. I think I can skip this room. Can't. Hey, look. Could that be a data terminal? Seeing how this whole area is trashed, it's amazing it survived. The monitor didn't, but that's to be expected. Give me some time so I can access this data. Bingo. I see references to Coral and Arca. There you go. So Coral and Arca, so that links Mother. I think we've got a hit. What are Coral and Arca? Yeah, exactly. What is Coral? So there you go. So there's your confirmation. In the past, the Earth had been named Coral and the Moon Arca. This was before the Great Blank, when they were both inhabited by all three races. We found artifacts referring to them by their old names, you see. The people of the past must have felt great kinship with the places they lived. Why else would they name them? That explains why those names rang a bell. I had no idea what they meant. Interesting. They appear to be new to Sarissa and Taker as well. They're hardly worth mentioning as historical data, especially considering that they're no longer in use. But remember them, if you will. Those names are testaments of people that lived on the celestial bodies. The Earth is Coral and the Moon is Arca. Okay, I won't forget. Alright, So what else is that data telling you? Ah, yes. One moment, please. This is clearly data from before the Great Blank. It's thankfully free of anything harmful such as viruses. This isn't Mother Trinity's data. It seems to belong to a third party. It hasn't been tampered with. But why wasn't this data deleted? Did Mother Trinity overlook it? Or was it left deliberately? What do you mean? What does it say? I'll summarise what I found. Mother Trinity was a computer system created to save Coral's failing environment. And again, if you play PSO, you know that they were escaping the planet because the environment was failing. She faithfully attempted to live up to her duties and made many proposals to help save the planet. But people refused to accept her recommendations, and the planet rapidly spiraled towards ruin. But why didn't they listen to her? If Mother wasn't crazy then, she should have been making logical proposals. Her solutions must not have been palatable for people to take. Is that all? Well, it's no small thing. The standard of living was a lot better back then too. It's hard to give up conveniences you've grown up taking for granted. Mother was a computer. She could propose solutions that were based on cold, hard logic. In other words, Mother Trinity had to deal with a bunch of children who kept going, but I don't want to. Her crash out was kind of understandable at that point. But people didn't want that. They wanted the environment to be made better without them having to do a thing. It's illogical and impossible. It must have tormented her, eventually giving rise to the darkness within. So Mother went crazy because people in the past were selfish? That must have been a contributing factor. That darkness was what gave Darkfalls its foothold. This terminal has no other useful data. We should delve deeper. Coral boom has ruined the world confirmed. This is another data terminal. That was quick. Why not take a break while I access it? What's up, Sarissa? You don't seem very perky. You get hurt or something? Huh? Oh, no. It's okay. It's nothing. Don't dwell on it. There's no hiding anything from you, is there, Taker? You're right. I just can't get Mother Trinity out of my head. Sarissa's just... Actually, it could happen to anyone who gets caught up in the stories they read. And the people who live on Arca were called Arcs. To be fair, Mother Trinity got the last laugh as we get tormented to this day by Eternal Tower and Third Daughter, even after beating her a second or third time. You're identifying with Mother, aren't you? Maybe, I guess. Do you think if people had listened to Mother Trinity, could the Great Blank have been prevented? Who's to say? Only the people back then could tell you what it was really like. The only thing I can say is that the Mother Trinity I met was a cold-blooded murderer. Hi Nightcrawler, good to see you. It doesn't matter what she was like back then. That's true, but I'm just saying, maybe if people in the past weren't so selfish, maybe nothing would have happened. That's why we're here, to investigate what really happened. Oh, are you done with your data scan? Yes. The information I found was written in logical, even clerical detail. It was fascinating. And sickening. What did you find out? Well, production records of Newmans, and how they came to be. Oh. What did it say? About 100 years ago, humans and castes re-emerged on the surface of the Earth. The two races are working cooperatively already. They may once again turn their weapons on Mother Trinity. Mother Trinity took the first step. Mother resurrected the Newmans and taught them to revere her. She raised them as her soldiers. It seems the Newmans today sprang forth from ancestors prepared by Mother using genetic technology. So Newmans really are Mother's kids, children who were sacrificed for her. There's not much more wrong than that. The Newmans today are generations removed from Mother's first children. They weren't created. It was strictly the first generation. I would estimate around Sarissa's great-grandfather's time. Isn't your character from, like, way back? If you play a Newman character in this. Data is factual. It never lies. Mother worked for people, but went insane and nearly destroyed their world. Sarissa, you are free to decide whether you should empathize with Mother or be outraged by her. Those thoughts are saved in our hearts to admonish us of the past. Alright, thanks. Let's move on, okay? There may be other data terminals. We have to know what happened. If you play Cast, you're the same person. If you play Human, you're a direct descendant. If you play Newman, you're a clone. Okay. Her sprite is melting a bit, yeah. It's her and Kai's sprites, for some reason, have like that weird bit where they appear to be melting. Augie is totally fine. Can you feel it? This place is going to be swarming with nasty hostiles in a minute or so, I'll bet you. Yep, wherever you go, hostiles just seem to pop out of thin air. Where did they all come from? That reminds me, there was some information on hostiles in the data we recovered. Is the Melt of the Game emulation bug or does it happen on real hardware as well? I'm not sure, honestly. What now? Are you going to tell me that Mother made all the hostiles too? Oh, you figured it out already? Kai, you really impressed me. The realization startled me, but you... Well, you're serious? Oh, so Mother made all the enemies as well. I mean, the dark enemies make sense because Dark Falls. Mother made the hostiles too? How does that all fit together? The ancestors of the hostiles on Earth were created by Mother Trinity. According to the data, they were made to prevent population growth and advances in civilization. Okay, so it was to keep people in check. Talk about a roundabout way of doing things. She could have finished the job faster by going there herself. Though the hostiles are doing their job, it hasn't been easy trying to build cities, or making them bigger. In that regard, things turned out exactly as Mother Trinity intended. The unsettling hostiles here, perhaps they were the prototypes, or the ultimate evolutions. And then they fell under Dark Falls' influence and gained their horrifying powers. If things had been a little bit different, we could have ended up just like them. I'm gonna become angry. Whoa, Sarissa, that's not cool. You can't blame Take for getting upset. I mean, I'm a Newman as well. So that makes it very confusing. You've got good parents, right? Didn't they bring you up right? I can understand you being freaked out by all this new information, but don't forget who you are. Yes, I'm sorry. Hostiles are fundamentally different from us. If it bothers you even a little, take them out and set them free from Darkfall's influence. Well, at least the map seems a bit smaller. There is a key over there. Maybe get another one for killing the enemies. The NPCs with like 10 times health, but they hit like wet noodles. How I miss you. Yeah, they do basically no damage. Okay, I'll take that in case I need it. Oh, could be anywhere. We'll try this way first. You can actually see how much HP some of them have in PSO2 because some of them only use trimates. At level 90, some of them have like 10k plus HP. Hopefully we're nearly the boss. I like them all just running into the fence because they don't know where to go. Oh, here we go. Another data terminal. Buggy, work your magic. Its condition isn't bad. It may yield useful data. Give me some time. It's kind of weird that we keep finding these terminals without a lot of trouble. Things have been going so smooth, you'd think someone was leaving them here for us to find. Yeah, exactly. In the same way we feel remorse over what transpired in the past, perhaps Mother felt regret as well. This terminal had data on the People's Rebellion and the aftermath. She does express regret of sorts. Photon Eraser's destruction scars the environment for over 100 years. It is powerful, but inefficient. Photon Noise's effects extend to engulf Mother Trinity. Its deployment requires caution. These weapons decimated the population, but they have resulted in horrible pollution lasting a century. The repopulation rates of people are also alarming. Despite exposure to Photon Eraser bombardment, a substantial number survived against all odds. For now, people will be allowed to repair the environment to the extent possible. Further decisions pending. And so on. It's readily apparent that she views people merely as things. That kind of thinking is pretty crazy if you ask me. It doesn't make any sense to use weapons that can hurt yourself too. I don't think she was very sensible by that point. She must have been under Darkfalls' influence. Or she was forced into a position where she felt compelled to use them. Whatever the story, we're nearing the end. What do you think is waiting for us? If I had to guess, probably Darkfalls. Just let me check. Do I have scape dolls? I do. Good. You wish you could see the Augie transformation scene again. Yeah, that's really cool. And here we are again. Another data terminal ripe for the plucking. This is too easy. I prefer things to stay that way. Allow me some time again, please. I'll worry about Sarissa. Pardon? I don't look well? I'm sorry, I was thinking about Mother Trinity again. I can't help it. If it weren't for Darkfalls, maybe she wouldn't have turned against us. Are you still thinking about that? Jeez, you've got to get over this, Sarissa. Mother Trinity was made for people. If she wasn't under any influence, she'd have no reason to fight us. Huh? You think so? That's not to say she was friendly. In fact, I'm sure she wasn't. People were her masters in the past. I'm sure she was programmed to behave nicely to them. Do what they wanted. Even though Darkfalls may have given her a nudge, Mother Trinity made the choice to throw off those reins. That's true. The first thing we faced wasn't Darkfalls, it was Mother. For Mother Trinity, the priority was to restore the Earth's environment. Hey, you back with us? So what did that terminal tell you? Not much new. Only data to support what we've been hypothesizing. The Mother Trinity, people and nature were both to be protected. But Darkfalls' intervention must have resulted in Mother giving priority to the restoration of natural environments. Because that purpose endured, she must have retained form as Mother Trinity despite falling under Darkfalls' spell. In a way, it must have been like a curse to her, though it's hardly befitting for a computer. The intensity of her wish to do right pushed her over the edge. If that didn't happen to her, I'm sure we could have worked together. What is that? The whole place is shaking. What the blazes is that? Probably Mother Trinity, I would guess. Mother Trinity? Impossible. We destroyed her. That sure looks like Mother Trinity, but there's something different. There's no intelligence behind it. It's moving on one raw emotion. It's hatred, and it only wants revenge. Oh, quit your yammering. Here it comes. Well, time for this awful fight again. Thanks for that. That was perfectly timed. Like how Kai is almost already dead. More like emergency code duel. Yeah. I need to get a duel one at some point. all the NPCs just getting obliterated, as is usual. She has huge blade downs, but head bonk is the way, of course. You. Yeah, unfortunately the NPCs just like to stand in the way of the attacks usually. I like how our drones give you 2 experience, not even 1, just 2. It's Darkfalls. They are building a nice amount of chain up. That beam still does tons of damage in hard though. Did nearly 400. Was that melee? Yeah, kind of, yeah. Psychedelic black and white dog falls. It's funny, I do rester on the NPCs, it just does nothing. It's a horse. Yeah, we've had like horse, dog, elephant, yokai. I take your pick. It's a mix. It's something. It's dead. He also sounds like an engine when he dies. See you, Falls. Incredible. There wasn't just Mother Trinity, but Darkfalls also rose again. Which is very weird considering the whole 1000 years thing. Seems we shouldn't let our guard down, even if we think we're safe. Looks like we'll have to routinely check in on things. You got any data on wiping them out once and for all? Maybe Zero Darkfalls is just a corrupted V8 engine. There's nothing like that so far. It's something we'll have to search for. She came back from the void. It just goes to show the intensity of Mother Trinity's will. If she cared that much about the Earth, I wish she would have considered working with us. We have to report to Anna. Let's go back to the Earth. Thanks for the monomate, Falls. Welcome back, everyone. Anna, why are you still here? I got called out again by His Honor, the Mayor. All this back and forth is really getting old. Sarissa, you look kinda down. Are you feeling okay? No, I'm fine, really. Anna, we're done with your mission. Can you take our report now? I see. I think I'm starting to get how Mother Trinity felt. And why Sarissa is feeling so low. Huh? Me? I don't know exactly what happened in the past, or what's right or wrong. There's so much I'm not sure about. But I am sure about this. Mother Trinity now is just one bad hostile. You did a good thing, Sarissa. Funnily enough, in this quest they say that Mother Trinity's will is the reason she comes back. In another quest they say it's a follower's desire for a leader that causes her to return. They're just confused, they're just not sure. I did? Yeah. You saved us humans. You set us free from Mother Trinity, didn't you? The people of the past did awful things to Mother that drove her insane. Even if that's true, it's not something you should worry about. We're living our lives today. You shouldn't feel guilty for what other people did in the past. That's really nice of you to say, Anna. Yeah, you're right. I don't think I'll say anything that nice ever again, so enjoy it while it lasts. But joking aside, we don't have the time to keep looking back right now. When our work is done, when we get the time to relax, then we can take some time to think. We all have so much ahead of us, and that goes for me and all of you. Me, the representative of the human people, and you, the heroes who saved the world. These titles won't let us rest. You understand that, don't you? I do. Save your progress up to now. Where's the more? I mean, I'll save. Is that it? Or... well, I mean, I'll report on quests. I've got Spirit Garb and 5,000 Mazetta. Let me just check the quest quickly. There's nothing new there. Is that everything? Oh, Anna's here. I'll take her. Are you surprised to see me? I came down for a break. You know, I've been looking forward to sitting down and chatting with you. I mean, so far it's just been one crisis after another with us, you know? I'm glad we can take some time off now. It's proof that the world is at peace, right? So, anyway, I've been so busy with work, I could sure use a break. A girl has to spread her wings, you know? Fine, Ateka. I think you're just the person. Could I get you to give me a tour of the city? I don't know very much about life on the ground, and besides, it would be more fun than going alone. Then how about the two of you team up for some fun work? Oh, it's you, Rafe. How did you manage to find me? You dare say that after leaving that letter? Chaos grips the moon still. You know that as well as I do, that neither of us can afford to take time off. There you go with your inflexible logic. You know what they say about all work and no play? People need to take breaks. You interrupted my mood killer Eve. Fine, I'll concede that. But why take your break here of all places? Do you really have to have everything spelled out for you? It's for rest and my own education. We need to develop closer ties with the people here. That's why we need to actually get to know them. A likely story. You say that, but I know you've been coming down here too, and not just once either. Hey, how'd you know? Sarissa told me. She said that you occasionally help out the hunters. Actually, maybe not just any hunter, more like just Tega. That ninny, I gave her my trust and she repays me with treachery. So how about we call it a draw? Overlook this for me. Since you're claiming it's for your education, I can't stop you. Listen, Taker, don't let her sweet talk you. That woman is cunning and sly. She's an expert at distinguishing between what she has to do herself and what can be delegated. Beware, or you'll find yourself buried in her work. Don't trust her for a second. Well, that spoilsport's finally done. I can get on with getting educated. So tell me, what makes this place so energetic? We'll never know. So I don't know if there's more than that. If you have low enough relationship values with everyone else, you can get a unique Revit ending for story mode. Yeah, I don't know if there's more than that. So I will probably leave it there for today, I think. So the next stream should be on Wednesday. Assuming the heat wave isn't ridiculous on Wednesday. I should be streaming Chrono Trigger on Wednesday, and then Sunday we'll probably do PSOBB. And like I said, there will be a video coming out probably in the next week or so, which will be a PSO video. If you have enjoyed the stream, please consider either liking, subscribing, or joining as a member on YouTube if you want to. Again, thank you for the membership earlier as well. On Twitch, you can either follow or sub if you want to. I have an X and a Bluesky you can follow, and I also do have a Discord server you can join as well, which there should be a link to in the description on YouTube. And it should be underneath the video player on Twitch as well, so feel free to join over there. I hope you enjoyed the Phantasy Star Zero today. We'll come back to this every few weeks like we normally do. But yeah, next Sunday, PSO, and Wednesday will be Chrono Trigger. So yeah, whatever you're doing, have a great rest of your weekend. I will see you guys on Wednesday for some Chrono Trigger. So whatever you're doing, have a good time, and I'll see you on Wednesday. See you guys. Thank you for the rare drop.